Motoring.com.au is big fans of the third generation Porsche Cayenne, but there's something the German car maker hasn't been offering Australian buyers, and that's the diesel. That's because they haven't quite got round to making one yet. Something about an emissions scandal. But until the diesel does arrive, we'll have the choice of this car beside me, the e-hybrid. So why should we consider one of these over conventional diesel SUV? Well, the Cayenne e-hybrid has a plug-in capability and a pure electric range of 44 kilometres. But more important than that, this thing combined produces 340 kilowatts and 700 newton meters of torque. So it's really quite quick. I'm talking 0 to 100 kilometres in just 5 seconds, and it tops out at 253 kilometres per hour. Less of all this talking, let's have a drive and see what it's like on the open road. Okay, so this is not the first time Porsche has used its next generation plug-in hybrid powertrain. It's already in the Panamera. And just to recap, it combines a 3-litre V6 turbo that produces around 250 kilowatts with an electric motor that produces around 100 kilowatts and 400 newton meters of torque. And that's the crucial number because this thing is dominated by that electric motor, especially off the mark. This thing's really quick. And when you want to make that overtake, there's plenty of power. Perhaps the best thing beside the conventional diesel is it's quiet as well. It's so much quieter. And it sounds better than a diesel every day of the week. Some other nifty technology for the Cayenne e-hybrid is this car comes with Porsche's 4-wheel steering, which makes it really nimble around town. It also comes with active ride cancellation, so we're just in a little corner here, and it does stabilise the body a little bit. Interestingly, it does that without the 48-volt electronics. Porsche have developed a neater, simpler way of doing things that saves weight. Speaking of weight though, this thing is still seriously heavy. This thing weighs around 2.3 tons, and it really does feel it in some of these bends. Porsche claims the Cayenne e-hybrid can average 3.2 litres per 100 while emitting just 72 grams per kilometre of CO2. That's seriously impressive, but I don't know if you'll ever get anywhere near that once you're out of the city. We're averaging around 8 litres per 100 kilometres. So that means this car will probably not have the sort of the long range diesel mile munching ability of some of its SUV rivals. So what don't we like about the new Cayenne e-hybrid? Well, the first thing is the braking. The brakes are powerful of course, but just the way you modulate the pedal is quite strange. It seems there's too much braking just at the top of the pedal, and then it feels rather inconsistent, which isn't very reassuring. The other problem we don't like about the Cayenne e-hybrid is the way it rides. It's worst around town when it just fidgets, it wrestles and never really settles. It really struggles to cope with the small imperfections. And that's a bit of a shame because, okay, we know this is a sporty SUV, but this has air suspension. I mean, they should be able to make it ride. Now, earlier I posed the question, is the Porsche Cayenne e-hybrid really an alternative to a luxury diesel-powered SUV? Well, do you know what? After a day behind the wheel, I think it is. I think some owners out there will actually prefer this car to a diesel. Now, Porsche Australia will introduce this car in Q3 and it will be priced from around $135,000. Only the Mercedes-Benz GLE 500e is cheaper, but you know what? I'd pick this car every day of the week over that. It's fun to drive, it looks great, has this fantastic interior, and when you drive it, you almost feel like you're saving the earth. Almost.